Well, okay, I have to stop. So this is the Knif Audio Knifonium Nilfgaardian. I don't know how you pronounce it, but I know that it's really, really good. And I've had it for several months now. Got it on a really good sale. It's kind of an expensive plugin from Plugin Alliance, but they run a lot of vouchers and sales and things. And I picked it up on a really good deal. I think I got it for like 30 bucks or something asinine. And it is definitely worth every single penny and more. It may be my favorite soft synth now, just after playing with it for the past few days. I've been recovering from an undisclosed illness, and it's been keeping me company. I decided to spend some time getting to know it, and I'm glad I did. It's really great. So today, this is not really about a list of all the features of this synth. As I understand it, the hardware version is, first of all, like, I don't know, close to 20 grand. So I don't have one because I do have a mortgage that I have to continue to pay, from what I've been told. However, this plugin has some advantages over the hardware. The hardware is a mono synth. It's like a tube synth. I think it's got 25 analog tubes, which is really unique. I don't know of any other tube synths off the top of my head. I'm sure there are some. You can let me know in the comments. But it's a mono synth in real life. However, with the plugin, as you just heard in the intro, you can stack up to 8 voices of polyphony. If we go here, you can see the voice count. We can have 1, 2, 4, 8. And that is really awesome. So you get all of this rich sound. I don't know how they made this thing sound so good, but from the demos that I've heard, it sounds pretty close to the real thing. It feels alive in a way that not a lot of other soft synths that I've ever messed around with do. It makes me want to sit in front of it and just turn knobs, which is something that I get with hardware, don't get with software a lot. I think it's kind of a special plugin, so I wanted to share it with you today. Okay, so the patch that you just heard is kind of a tweaking on one of the presets that comes preloaded. There are actually a lot of really good presets in here already. Whoever they got to do the sound design, all of this, I think they're listed in the presets. The artist who actually made them. But they did a great job on a lot of these sounds. They're really usable right out of the box, but if you're anything like me, you enjoy turning knobs yourself. So this is kind of a wobbly cassette tape type pad. Get that filter down. I've got the filter mapped to my expression pedal. So it's got a little wobble to it. We can mess around with some things. There is a FM, which if you've messed around with FM on analog synthesizers before, you know that it can get a little wonky really fast. The only effect that I'm using here is, well, I take that back. I'm using the EQ a little bit, but the digital delay, which is built in. These effects are actually really good. They're really usable. There's a wave folder here that, let me make sure I don't blow your ears off with this. Can get some really gnarly stuff out of the wave folder there. I won't go through all the effects, but yeah, they're really useful. It's nice to have them all right here available. A lot of them I think are taken from some of Plugin Alliance's other plugins, which are pretty good generally. You can drive the signal really hard at various points. That's one thing that I noticed right away. Let me take that delay off. Well, I'm just using the mixer there. Let me turn VCO2 all the way down. Get the frequency modulation out of there. No noise. It's pretty hot. Sorry about that. Then I can take VCO2 right up. And of course, you can compensate that with the amp output, which you have triode, pentode, and saturated different forms of drive at the end of the signal, which all have a different color to them. Oh, wow. Okay. You can feedback the signal using oscillator 1 as feedback, the VCA, the filter frequency. The thing just sounds good, you know? I won't go through all of these features because, as you can see, there's a lot of possibilities. Only one LFO, but the great thing about a DAW like Ableton is you can basically add as many LFOs as you want, which is actually the video I was going to film today, but we'll save that for another time. There's an arpeggiator built in. Let me get that a little bit more under control. Turn on the ARP. Let me get some delay going back on that. So it can get very plucky, very fast attack. It almost has a rubbery type quality. Kind of reminds me of a Roland in that way. Great sounding synth. If you wanted to start from scratch like I often do and just turn some knobs, we have here in a knit patch, which is probably going to take your ears off. There we go. We can just open that gate right on up and mess around, turn some knobs just like you would with a hardware synth or a modular, which I absolutely can waste countless hours doing. So turn the gate off of the VCA, filter that down so you can hear me just a little bit, and let's just see what happens when we do some stuff. Let's take that down. I think I want to take a square LFO, bring the speed down just a little bit. Just looking for sweet spots that might be kind of musical. Some delay. We have a sample and hold here. Yeah. We got sample and hold affecting the filter. It's using the LFO as a trigger. Another really interesting thing about this that I've only just begun to experiment with a little bit is the fact that you can bring in external inputs to affect the signal, like external CV. So that's what we have over here. We have two inputs that we can bring in, external signals, and basically I could just route like a low frequency sine wave coming from another Knifonium instance, routed into the sidechain input here, and then I would have available another modulation source, which I can route to various aspects of the synth. So, wow, that really opens things up quite a bit. Could use audio as modulation source, loops, whatever. And that's kind of mind-blowing that you can do that in a plugin. I don't know that I've seen anything quite like that before. So yeah, I might just mess around with this for a while longer. It would be nice if you could modulate these effects with the LFO or something. But, as I mentioned, we can always grab an LFO from Ableton over here and just map that baby wherever we want it. So the first thing I've got to do is configure and get the speed here. Look at that. So thanks to Ableton, we do indeed have a modular synth here. And that's just using the built-in LFO in Ableton. You could use envelope followers, you could use sequencers. We're not even touching on Max for Live devices that we could use, but this is another video that I'm going to get into. Just wanted to show you that quickly, how you're not limited in a DAW like Ableton to just the modulation sources that are in your plugins. So makes things really powerful. Look at that. Look at it wiggle. How cute. Okay. I could stay here all day doing this, but I'm going to jump off now and blow my nose and think about the times when I could go and get a haircut whenever I want. So thanks for watching. If you want to grab some free samples, first link in the description. You can go to my sample store and pick up whatever you want down there. Lots of free stuff. If you scroll down in the store, you'll see that there are lots of free packs of me turning knobs, actual knobs, on the hardware synths that I have around here. And if you find Knifonium on a good sale, do not hesitate. Just buy it because it's really good. And I'll be using it a lot more in the future, I have a feeling. So thanks for watching. And click like if you liked the video, if you got anything out of it at all. And see you next time.